Now, before we continue, let's take a quick look at this unique prop firm. We all know that trading with minimal capital can be a pain, especially when you want to take advantage of commodities or indices with those massive movements. So that's why we've partnered with Forex Prop Firm. So they fund up to $2 million with a profit split of up to 90%. That really caught our attention. So all you need to do is complete a challenge and verification stage and get started. Now the beauty with these guys is the objectives are actually achievable. So with 4 different capital options to choose from, there is also room for growth. So get on board, check out their dashboard and trading tools offered, and quickly accelerate your trading career. Now, another thing that caught our eye is an instant funding model that is available. So you basically skip 2 sections, then immediately get funded. This means you start making some gains from the get-go. So check them out on the link on the description below and read up on them.
Good day, traders. Hoping that everybody's doing well today. Let's hop on the markets and see what we can find today, and hopefully get some good pairs to work with. Just drop some of your pairs on the side there, and let's see if we can take advantage. Okay, top of the morning in the London open. I was looking at this specific pair over here, or rather this instrument, from one of the sessions with one of the students earlier, and they did mention that we are actually in a beautiful zone as is, and we could probably take advantage and see just how far we go. So that's something that we should be looking at. Okay. So with this specific one over here, based on the hourly, we are in the zone already. Price could be trickling down, and we could also focus on this zone here and take advantage of that one over there, or just stick to this one. But at the end of the day, we are already in the sell, and what we could do now, we could actually refine it further and get our entry set up right now as we speak. And of course, if you were to do that, then your refined entry should be somewhere here, with this high being your point to look out for as your stop loss right here. You can actually take it slightly higher and trade it from there. And of course, your entry would be slightly above where it is currently. And what you'll basically be waiting for is a price to come up into the zone, and of course you place a sell stop and allow it to tank from there. So this is, okay, let me switch off this replay. There we go. So this is a setup that you want to look at, and these are the points that we're following right there. I hope my sound is good, guys. I hope my sound is good. But since we don't have any complaints, it should be good. So I'm going to add an alert right here, because I needed to retrace first before it starts tanking from there. And of course, we'll have something like that. I'll just close that, and then we'll have something like that. Awesome. So this is a setup that we will be looking at, and like I just said right now, once it goes to the upside, hit our alert, place a sell stop, wait for it to tank from there. So let's see how that plays out. Okay. Let me just see if I can switch off some of these notifications here. There we go. Done. Awesome. Good morning, Ian. Good morning, Prayer Kid. Let's see what we've got today. Drop some of your pairs and let's trade. That's the first one we're looking at. And I know that you guys love the USD, XAU USD gold. So I'll just actually jump onto that one right now and take it from there. So this is the first setup that we're looking at for the day. And remember the rules, guys. We do not risk a lot. We target a lot. So there we go. That's what we always look for. I see two signers asking if we offer signals. Yes, we do. And they look something like this. Is it this one? No, it's this one over here. And let me just switch off this one. There we go. So they look something like this. Of course, I'll post this for the day. And yeah, so I have to tell you when to get in, when to adjust your stop, the exact price point, TPs, trade management, and moving forward. So these are our signals, of course. Awesome. Prekid wants us to look at NASDAQ and GJ. Okay, and then yeah, Queen wants us to look at GJ as well and the Euro USD. Okay, so let's hop on to those. So I'll just leave gold for now. NAS 100. This is another interesting pair that we were looking at yesterday, and yeah, it was pretty good. Okay, let me just erase these. Actually, let me just go back. And these setups are still valid. Let me just erase these ones over here. Okay, these got invalidated. I think I shared this on Friday. Okay. Okay, so we are still valid on this setup, this whole bigger time frame setup, which was based off a higher time frame, being this one over here. We had a nice VOS over here, which means this starts becoming our next area of interest. This is where we'll be looking at, basically invalidating this setup over here. So this one is gone. We're not going to look at it. I'm basically redoing the whole setup from scratch. And this one over here, definitely out as well. So I'm just going to mark that. Just by looking at the 4 hour. And your next area of interest would be the zone here. If you drop down to the 15 or the 14, we're good. I see two signals asking if we do buy sell stops instead of limits. Yes, we never trade limit orders ever. We love using momentum. When you use momentum, it allows you to not get stopped out most of the time. And because of our tight stops, it's giving us a bit of breathing room to work with. Okay, I'm just going to do that quickly just so I can take a look at where my interesting point would be, which is right here. Okay, beautiful. Focusing on that candle. Beautiful. Drop into the 15 or the 5, doesn't really matter. And we can decide which specific one we're going to be looking at, because these are all potential areas where price is going to come back to. These are all potential areas. Okay, this one we wouldn't even count it. So you look at this one and that one over there, and this one is also another good area of interest to look at, but I wouldn't focus on it, and I'll tell you why shortly. Guys, don't forget to like the stream as well. Just like the stream, and keep dropping your comments on the side. I'll definitely answer your questions and help out where I can, and show you how to be consistent over the long run. And remember, if you're consistent, so this is your area here. If you're consistent over the long term, you can trade anything and everything, and you will not be stopped. Awesome. What's the average monthly RR? That's a tricky one. Last week, Tuesday actually, we did 0.2%. Okay, last week Wednesday we did 0.4%. Tuesday we did 0.2%. Friday we lost 0.2%. So that was actually not really a great week last week. And I think Monday we were up 1.3. Overall, the week we ended green at 0.8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but we are starting to keep up with those figures, and making it a bit more easier to trade using our setups wherever you are. Doesn't really matter if you're working or not, because we send specific points, the times you get in, when to place your stop, what price point to place it. So yeah, there we go. So that's where we are on US 100 on the 4 hour. And bear in mind that you could still be finding other decent, beautiful setups in the lower time frames. For example, even with this time frame here, we do have an area that you can trade from with tighter stops, by the way. And when you start looking at tighter stops, remember your broker, spreads, slippage. Those are the biggest factors that you need to look at, and those factors will truly give you an issue if you don't have a great broker. So just be wary of that. Okay, there's no beautiful area there. Scroll down to the lower time frame. But overall, RR, we don't close any trade below 5R. So we're always targeting 5R. We're always risking 0.2% per trade, and we just take it from there. Risk 0.2%, yeah, just explain that. So this is based on the hourly, and I think if you, there we go, there we go. You guys should keep an eye out on our video, which we are uploading shortly after this, of how to trade multiple trading accounts, especially if you're funded, so it kind of works for you. And yeah, you can probably have 5 different prop firms, including your own account, and take advantage of that. So you're always focusing on one specific account and allowing the rest to be managed accordingly. So this is another setup for US 100, and this one is sensitive, by the way, meaning you do have to really be careful because of the stop loss range. I mean, we're looking at 59, which is quite low for an indies, of course. But yeah, once price does get into the zone, I will drop it further and keep giving you guys zones of where to enter and how to manage your trade. But this week should be a good week. We are looking at a very good week. Okay, so with this one, I'm just going to show to Tucson. I think that's his name. If you check here, the last 3 trades that we had on US 100, we lost this one here, so it's minus. I'm just gonna give you guys a bit of a overview. That's what one of our students suggested we do, minus 0.2% on this one. And then this was a 6-hour setup, so it was plus 1% right here. And just move this a bit down so you can actually look at what you're doing on average with these setups. I mean, there was one way we did, I think it hit 30R, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we start managing the trade and dropping down after 5R. So with that, we lost 0.2%. And this is trading specifically with our approach. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. So with this one here, the last 3 trades we had where we lost 2 or won 1, we're still up 0.6%. So yeah, there we go. Okay, moving forward, I just need to save this 1 hour, this bigger time frame one, and drop the alert slightly to this level here. There we go. Perfect. Moving further, Euro USD and GJ. You guys love GJ, and I'm seldom ever following it as much as I should, because I never really get great R's with GJ. This one we hit 5R. Why didn't I mark it? 5R on this one, which is 1%. There we go. And then we lost here. Just show you quickly. We lost 2% on this recent one. And then on the specific one here, we hit 2R, which was a break-even trade. So it was actually 0. And that's about it. Okay. Moving forward, let me just erase. Actually, I'm not gonna erase it. I'm just gonna just continue marking from these points that we did last week. So with this specific pair, we are waiting for this to happen. So we had this BOS over here at the bottom, meaning we are waiting for this zone over here to hold. And if it does hold, we're expecting new lower high anywhere below this zone over here. So even if it turns here, it doesn't really matter. We're just waiting for a new lower high. And then we wait for a further BOS. And of course, have a nice trigger wherever that new high would be. And of course, refine it further, refine it deeper until we have a decent setup moving to the downside. Okay. So hopefully that works for you guys. But then again, I know most of you want to scalp it as well. So I'm going to drop down into the lower time frames and see what we can find. And specifically this area here. Okay, we had this to the downside, upside. We had a bit of a range over here, and then it broke again. So after breaking, we're expecting price to basically come back into this area over here and continue going down, and this one over here holding. And until it does that, we're not going to touch it. Let's just go further into price. And we do find a clean, unmitigated candle over here. And we're expecting it to hop into that zone. Go down there. And drop to the downside. There we go. There we go. And perfect. So that's how you'd approach Euro USD. And remember, we are always confirming our trades. We don't naked jump. When price gets into the zone, we do have to drop into lower time frames and confirm the setup before just jumping in and dropping with it. So those are very, very, very important rules to play with. You don't want to just, take a dive. Okay. Any more questions that you guys have before I jump into GJ? Okay, let's go into the daily and just see what's happening. GJ has been, a bit of a love-hate relationship. We had loss here, win here, 3 wins here, loss here, win, loss, win, and this one never triggered, so it's been a love-hate relationship. I'll just get to the number to these ones and input the figures in a few. Okay. Yeah, moving forward, let's hop onto a lower time frame and see what it's showing us. I actually don't know what happened here. This one has a break-even setup because price never hit 5R, it just turned to 3R, and we usually don't get out at 5R. Okay. I see Tucson is asking, are you trading FTMO? Is that why we risk 0.2%? We're actually trading quite a number of prop firms, and 0.2% is a decent number to work with. Maximum loss per day that we're willing to take is 1%. And if we do have 1%, then we are allowed to trade 5 trades, 5 pairs, which gives us a bit of room to breathe. It also allows us to actually be, if we're taking 5 trades in a day, we win 1, which does hit a 5R, of course. We lose 4, then we are up 0.2% for the day. So that's the notion of why we risk that amount. There are other guys that do risk 1% and so forth. Nothing is wrong with that. It's just that over the long run, it doesn't work for you. You know, you need to outlast your bad streaks. So you will get points where you lose quite a lot. So if you do lose quite a lot, you don't want to blow up your account. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, there we go with GJ. I don't like GJ. It's been quite unfriendly recently. And it doesn't give us clean price action. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Don't forget to like the stream. There's literally nothing to work with. So when that happens, you stay away from the chart. You keep a very safe distance. And go find something else somewhere. But until that happens, we are definitely not trading this one. And that's about it. With gold, let's see what gold is doing for us. And also watch what Bitcoin did on the other side. So with gold, we are still waiting for it to come into the zone. Let me just mark it as well here. Isn't it harder to hit 10% profit risk on prop firms? Not really, not really. You could take your chances and increase your risk per trade, but it's not. Remember, we are not trading based on hitting 1 hour, 2 hour. No, we are focused on 5-hour setups only, and yeah, get a couple of those, you should be good. Gold, we're waiting for it to hit this level here, and of course have a buy from the zone. I just don't know why it's so messy. I'll have to clean up my chart and take it from there. I see your queen is saying, I know Prayer Kid is saying GJ is playing on a monthly, probably. And you could, let's just go back to it. GJ. And go in the higher time frames. So if you were to follow it on the higher time frames, and this is why I don't like trading in the higher time frames, is that you're gonna have to wait for price to basically come back to the zone before going anywhere with it, and of course refine it further, and potentially wait for price to do this. Let me just show you quickly to come back here, to come back into the zone, and of course to the upside, which may take a while. So yeah, could be, but yeah, nothing stopping that. I see the last one would be Bitcoin. Let's take a look at what's happening. Okay, we're still waiting for it to hit the zone here. This is on the daily, by the way. These are the daily zones. Go back into, shucks, it's such a mess. But I think we did share this setup, if I'm not mistaken, on the live. Let me just erase that. Just make it a bit cleaner. But yeah, I think we had something along these ranges to work with, an extra price to come back. But clearly we are getting invalidated here, which means we need to focus on the new area, which would be this one over here. And just wait for it to tank from there. Let's just go back into a lower time frame. So these are the areas you'd want to look at. And even this upper candle here, it's very interesting. So what I'll do, let me just use both candles, add an alert over there, and then once price does get into the area, we'll basically drop down and go into a better time zone, and of course refine the order and trade it from there. Going to the downside, and it'll look like that. There we go. There we go. And that's how to approach Bitcoin. And of course, when you go deeper into price, go into the 15, give or take, and 5 minute. I'm just gonna refine it a bit, and there we go. Then you'd focus on either this candle here or this one over here. Ideally, you'd want to see the most recent one, which is clean, and it would be this one over here. And a potential second setup would be this one over here, which would give you something along these lines. And of course, we'll basically wait for this alert before we start looking at what it's doing in this range. And if it starts giving you a bit of a bearish structure, bearish movement, that's when we start getting in. So that's how we'll be approaching Bitcoin and taking it from there. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Can you tell you guys about the prop firm series? So the prop firm series is a very what can I say? It's a good initiative, because the goal for it is to just get you funded, and start earning and increasing your and scaling up, and not just with FTMO. I know FTMO is the most famous one, but yeah, using other prop firms and taking advantage of that. So that's what you want to see with our prop firm series, and taking specific trades, managing it correctly. There are certain pairs we don't trade because of either the way it operates and our win rate. So for example, on the prop firm series, would probably not trade ECAD because of what's been happening with ECAD in terms of our trading, but we trade a lot of USD, CAD JPY, NZDSD, NZD Swiss franc, and oil and so forth. So that's how we are looking at it. So just get you funded. That's it. That's the bottom line. Okay, so US 30, this is a setup we did on Friday. So it is still valid, by the way. So you should be waiting for price to come back into the zone. It tapped into it over here when we did it, but we didn't really get a proper entry. So it's still valid, and the only time it will be invalid is once price basically breaks the zone here. So for now, it can do whatever it does in here, and once it gets in the zone, we'll basically trigger some shorts and take it from there. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so that's it for this live, guys. Check you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we are streaming from the Trading Nut channel. So yeah, just hop onto that. I'll share the link on the chat as well on Telegram, so you guys can view. And also, if you do check on Telegram, you can drop me a message and we can chat and see what we can work around. If you need more information, drop us a message, drop us a call, drop us an inbox, and you'll be fine. Awesome, guys. Remember, risk management is key. Remember to manage your trades well, and don't cut your losses too soon. Allow your setups to play out. Give your strategy a reason to play out, and you should be good. Patience is key. Awesome, guys. If you want to join, just hop on our website. There we go. Just mark it properly. Universal Forex Dojo. There we go. UniversalForexDojo.com. That's where you can find everything. I think the prop firm series is open now. It was hidden on Friday because we're basically editing a bit on it and just making it go along with the theme of the website. But it should be live. If not, it will be live by the time we end this stream. Happy trading, guys. Check you guys tomorrow.